Sup nerds, today we have Ulforce versus Mirage, a little blue on blue action. Chris starts us out by hatching Wanyamon, evoing into Madoki Betamon, whatever, and then evoing into a Gaogamon. And I hatch my Wanya, evo into my Vmon, evo into Veedramon, and evo into Veedramon. So I'm set up. If I have an Ulforce and a Tamer, I can start popping off. He plays Thomas, draws a card. And then evos into MirageGaogamon. I promote, activate Arrow's effects, look at top 3, add all blue Tamers. Evo into Ulforce for 4. Get to play Arena, unsuspend, and again a memory from Rena. And he has blocker and evade. Swing, draw from Vmon, and then Wanyamon, and then trigger Rena. Activate Ulforce's when digivolving effects to play another Rena, unsuspend, get a memory from the second Rena. Check one of the 12k megas. Trigger Rena's effect when he evades to play another Tamer. And play Davis, and then he unsuspends. And I do not have another Tamer in my hand, sadly, so I can't just poke him for free. So I play Vmon for 3, get my Scourge on. Add Veedramon and another blue Tamer. And Chris plays Blue Memory Boost. Adds the suboptimal Mirage, and then I go to 3 from Davis. Hatch my Wanya. And I evo into Vmon. I evo into Veedramon here for 2. This way when I swing, I'll get to draw a couple of cards. So I swing, draw from Wanya, activate Rena to trigger Ulforce. Ulforce plays Sora and Joe. I unsuspend. I gain 2 memory from the Renas. Additional memory from the Vmon. And I draw a card from the Veedramon. I swing, trigger the other Rena, play tie, and then unsuspend. Oh no, I evaded, lol. Because I checked another Mega. Evo into Arrow for 3 memory. Swing with jamming. Check a Mem Boost. Not super happy to see that. Tap tie to draw a card. And now I'm worried about just getting bopped on his turn. Because he's going to have access to a bunch of memory. And Evade does not protect me from other blue decks. So I do what I can. I evo into Veedramon and Raising to choke him to 1 and just hope that gets me there. So he promotes. I do have blocker and evade, so if he can't get bigger than 12k, I will absolutely be blocking him if he swings at me. Because we would trade stacks. Pops double memory boost to go to 5. He evos into Mirage for 4. Mirage bounces one of my Tamers back to my hand. It's actually mandatory effects, even if he didn't want to, he'd have to. So he bounces Sora and Joe back to hand. Gains a memory from his inheritable. Then burst modes by returning Thomas for free. So he gets to bounce one of my Digimon. He bounces Ulforce back to hand. And I shuffled my hand just to randomize it. Because he's about to bot deck several cards from my hand, unfortunately. So he swings over my arrow and then activates the when attacking effect. Gets to bot deck 5 cards here. And, alright, so he bot decks those 5 cards to unsuspend himself. And runs over my arrow. Oh yeah, he catches it here that he should have actually gained memory from the when digivolving effect. He plays Thomas out, draws a card, swings, triggers Wanya to draw a card, checks a Tamer. And he realizes right here he should have bounced the Davis because he can actually choke me. But he didn't know that whenever he originally went into him. So he's going to go ahead and swing again. And plays Thomas, chokes me to 1, LOL. And I go to 3 from Davis. As Mirage goes away, or as burst mode goes away, I should say. So I have Ulforce in my hand, obviously. Well, yeah, he thankfully did not bet deck all my Ulforces in my hand. So I think So So I tap tie to draw a card. Tap tie to draw a card. Yeah, thankfully it's actually not the good Mirage, because if it was, I actually forgot about the gaining memory effect. And I just would have, I don't think I would have passed turn, but it would have been bad for me. It effectively would have lost me the game, but Evo into Arrow here. Swing security with jamming, draw from Wanyamon. Alright, and now we're Gucci. Evo into All Force for 4. Activate his effects. Play a 3rd Rena. Gain 5 Rena total. Bounce dude back to his hand. Go to 1. Swing, tap Rena. Play Soren Joe, unsuspend. Trigger. I have to trigger evade again. Let yet another Mega. But I don't have another Tamer, so like there's no reason to even tap the Rena. I just literally can't kill him because of that. And I play another Veedramon. Add my 4th Rena and Veedramon. He hatches. There's not really much you can do here, but it's just unfortunate. Because it effectively let him survive like 2 extra turns because of all of the Megas he had in security that were 12k. So he goes into Lanamon, triggers the effect to tuck a level 3 to give it jamming for the turn. There's not really much you can do about this. Swings, checks another Soren Joe. Evo's into Mach, bounces, and then, yeah, scoops. Because my All Force is going to unsuspend at the unsuspend phase, gain a bunch of memory, bounce his card, and then just swing for game. So we do take game 1. Let's go All Force. By the way, we do have memberships now for the channel. If you're interested in doing that, you can click the join button near the description, or there will be a link in the pinned comment as well. Any channel support is much appreciated. It helps me continue to put out great content for you guys. All right, Chris chooses to go first for game 2. Hatches his Wanyamon, Evo's into Gaomon. Evo's into Gaogamon. Now we both actually mulliganed, and I did not mulligan into a rookie, he did, but thankfully Davis got one off the Tizop. And he plays Thomas. And I get to hatch my Wanyamon, Evo into my Veedramon. Evo into Veedramon. And Evo into Arrow Veedramon. Give him his 3. So Evo's into MirageGaogamon. And plays a Thomas to draw a card. And I unfortunately do not have All Force in my hand, so I don't want to promote and activate the search effect because I don't want to risk a bot decking All Force. And also it would just be a sitting duck because I couldn't unsuspend him. So I'll play Veedramon. And then Evo into Gold Veedramon to, and then he'll go to 3 from Thomas. Alright, here it comes. He's promoting. Alright, so Evo's into the Good Mirage for 4, bounces gold. He gains 2 from Mirage, and then 2 more from his inheritables. Swing security. And he attempts to trigger the MirageGaogamon's inheritable to unsuspend on the swing, but MirageGaoga is unfortunately mandatory, and he already added a card to my hand, so it already triggered, technically, so he does not get to unsuspend. So he triggers Thomas to unsuspend. Then plays Blue Memory Boost. He's looking for burst mode. Thankfully he did not reveal it off of the search. Adds the Gaomon. Yeah, I desperately need an All Force to answer his stack immediately or I'm going to be in big trouble. Alright, so he swings security again. Survives. Then plays Gaomon, searches top 3. Adds Thomas and the other Gaomon and trashes the rest. We still do not have All Force, sadly. There's a pretty good chance he can kill me on his next turn. So I play Tai and then play Soren Joe. Unfortunately, if he has it, he has it. He can kill me, but I'm just hoping he can't, and hope I rip an All Force next turn. Alright, so he swings security, triggers Thomas to make us both draw a card. unsuspends. He should be gaining more memory. He gains 2 from his inheritables and then 2 more from the Mirage effect. And then unsuspends from the Mach. Then he burst modes, and this is pretty much all she wrote. He doesn't get to bounce anything, but he does get to gain 2 more memory. He swings, gets to bot deck 1 card to unsuspend. It's Arena. Swings again, and game. Yeah. Unfortunately, we just missed Ulforce that game, or an option that would have got outed his Mirage stack. Either one would have helped. So we're going to game 3. Alright, so I choose to go second for game 3. I'm hoping to see my pieces. So Evo's into Gao, Evo's into Gaoga. I hatch Evo into Veedramon, and Evo into Veedra, and Evo into Arrow. And don't have an Ulforce just yet, but I do have some search power here. So I play Veedramon, get my Scourge on. Miss, I completely whiff Ice Wall, double Veedramon, but didn't want to draw those cards anyway in this situation, so it works out for me. Alright, so he promotes. Evo's into Mach, bounces the Veedramon back to my hand, which isn't a bad thing. Thankfully, I can play him again. He gains memory from his inheritable. Evo's into Mirage. I have no Digimon to bounce, so it adds the top card of my security to my hand. Still no Ulforce. Then he gains 2 memory from the Mirage effect and chucks me to 1. Ulforce. We ripped it for turn. Let's go. Sadly, I cannot bounce his guy. I don't have enough Tamers in play. So now this is a little awkward. So I play Veedramon. I do add a card, and he gains 2 extra memory from the Mirage effect, unfortunately. Hindsight, I probably should have just hard played the Arena to pass turn. I would have kept my hand at 8. But I mean, he could have forced me to draw an extra card from his Thomas. And sadly, his hand is small, and I have Full Metal Blaze in my hand, which requires him to have 8 or more in order to out a level 6. This game is actually what made me want to cut that card, because I absolutely would have just played an option that got rid of his stack on my last turn if I had the ability to. So he swings security, draws from Wanya, triggers Thomas, we both draw a card, he unsuspends. And he gains a total of 3 memory from his inheritable and his Mirage. Checks Arena. Arena gives my Veedramon evade and blocker. Evo's in a burst. Bounces the Veedramon. Gains more memory. Then gains 2 more memory to go to 9. Yeah, so he swings. Activates his when attacking effect. Just bot decks 3 cards. One of them was my Ulforce. To unsuspend. Survives. Swings again. Checks a Davis. Davis adds Veedramon. He plays Thomas for 3. Taps to unsuspend and then swings again. And then he just plays a Thomas. Like, he can do whatever he wants. He just kills me here. So GG's to Chris. He does just kill me with burst mode. A little bit awkward. Yeah, Full Metal Blaze sucks. Don't play it. It's very bad in certain matchups. Specifically, Belphamon is probably the worst matchup for it because they're never going to have 8 cards in hand. But GG's to Chris. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're interested in this kind of content. Want to come back for more. But until next time, see ya.